What's going on, world? Welcome to my podcast. It's just different with Ty, where I talk about sports, social, political issues, you name it, everything under the sun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and leave all comment section below. Also, hit the notification bell so you can get updated on the latest newest videos because I'm coming with that fire. Basketball world, he did it. King James becomes the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Great achievement. Now, with this new record under his belt, does this make LeBron James the GOAT? Let's get into it.
Welcome to It's Just Different with your host, Ty.
All right. As I was watching, like the rest of the NBA world, we witnessed King James become the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. And we all knew that it was going to happen this year. We all felt it was going to happen. And again, he did it against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And we didn't know when it was going to happen as far as, what quarter, but we knew it was definitely going to happen. You know, and I didn't really care. I didn't, I saw a few clips of LeBron James practicing hook shots. So I'm like, was he going to do a hook shot to honor Kareem Abdul Jabbar? I didn't know if it was going to come from free throws, a layup, a dunk, a jump shot, a 35-foot bomb, or even a technical foul. Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, LBJ, King James, is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. And on top of that, he's number 5 in assists in all-time leading in NBA all-time history. So that right there is remarkable. That says a lot about this man, the dedication, his skill, the consistency to play 20 years, right? To play 20 years and from year 1 to year 20, pretty much be the best player every single year and play at a high level says a lot about this man. And I think we undervalue him and we don't really appreciate him. Not all of us, just some people. We're not going to really appreciate this man until he's no longer playing anymore. And there's a lot of all-time greats. I know a lot of people might say, yo, well, he played 20 years, he should have got it. But hold on now. There's a lot of NBA greats, and there's one behind me right now. You see this picture of the late great Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba. He played 20 years. He didn't get it, that record. Dirk Nowitzki, I believe, played 20 years. He didn't get it. Who else? I think Kevin Garnett played 20 years. He didn't get it. Tim Duncan played 20. There's a lot of NBA greats that didn't even come close to this record of breaking Kareem Abdul Jabbar's record. And he's, again, top 5 in assists in NBA history. So the boy is bad. LeBron James is bad. So congratulations to him. And with this new record under his belt, I must ask, does this make LeBron James the GOAT? And my question to that is, not really. Not really. Listen. If you put LeBron James as your GOAT, your greatest player of all time, I have no issue with that. I always tell people that I feel Michael Jordan is my favorite player of all time. I don't think he was the best player of all time, but he is my favorite player. But for years, I felt LeBron James surpassed Jordan. That's just me. Agree to disagree. I know some of y'all are not going to like that, but it is. I just felt, because when I'm judging the greatest player of all time, I'm looking at the totality of a player. So I'm not only looking what you do on the court, I'm looking what you're doing outside of the basketball lines. I'm looking at things you're doing for your community, things you're trying to do to improve, and especially if you're a black athlete, how you trying to do things socially and other different things like that. So we already know LeBron is that guy when it comes to that, you know. So he already surpassed Jordan in my book. But if I have to talk about LeBron James being the greatest player of all time, again, I have no issue with that. But I'm still gonna probably have to say it still maybe Kareem, but I'm definitely gonna have to say it's Bill Russell. And I'm not just saying that because he's no longer here. Rest in peace. I truly always felt it was Bill Russell because, man, 11 rings in 13 years, man, and all of his achievements and accolades, that's just hard for me to overlook. And all the things he did outside of basketball, outside on the basketball court, it's just remarkable, man. And I know LBJ LeBron, he gets named Le Coach or Le GM because they say he's the one that's orchestrating and putting the teams together and everything like that. We don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. I don't know. But we do know for a fact that Bill Russell won, I think, one or two, I think it was two rings as a basketball slash as a coach slash basketball player. So just think, here you are, an actual player, but you are also the coach. So now you have to come up with a game plan before the game. Look at the X's and O's. Look at what player is on an opposing team, where his spots are. Try to put somebody out there to make it hard for that player to get his shot, so he can't get his shots off. Um, certain certain different defensive schemes to use when certain players are on the court on the other team, right? If you're down and you need shooters, even if it means taking yourself out the game, you got to humble yourself to take yourself out the game to put another guy on a bench that is a great shooter. And then you call in timeout to run certain plays when you need a quick basket or inbounds play off at the end of a quarter or whatever it is. You got to sit there and do all of that as a player coach. And he did that. Bill Russell did that. Not once, but I believe he did that twice. So Bill Russell's done something that no other NBA basketball player has ever done. Again, LeBron James get the credit for being the coach and the GM and whatever have you, but we know Bill Russell actually did that. He did that. That's on his resume. So again, 11 rings and everything else, that he stood for. And speaking up about social issues and different things, Bill Russell, that guy, man. Now, can there be more than one GOAT? Yes, they can. I think so. It's just for the last 20 plus years, LeBron James, he's been you know what? You can look at it like this. Take Egypt in a sense, right? Now we know in different time periods in Egypt there was different kings, there was different rulers, different pharaohs. And that's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? That's LeBron James. During the past 20 years, LeBron James he's been the ruler. He's been the king. So he is the GOAT, just like Bill Russell's the GOAT. I don't think there could honestly be one GOAT. There's just so many great players that you could call the GOAT. But if you want to say LeBron James is the number one GOAT, I have no issue with that. I have no his body of work, his resume speaks for itself, is second to none, and he's still adding on. I personally believe that LeBron James is going to play at this high level for another 2 to 3 more years after this season. That's what I believe. Just off the dedication and the discipline he puts him upkeeping his body, a lot of, again, that really gets undervalued, that in year 20 you are still like teams, GMs will still want you as the guy, you know, on their team. They still would draft you. They still would trade damn near their whole team just to get you. And they're doing that with LeBron. I still believe LeBron James could get one more ring, possibly two more, depending who they put around him. But I definitely believe when it's said and done, LeBron James is going to get one more ring. And a lot of commentators, I think, no, even though LeBron is now the all-time leading NBA scorer, a lot of commentators, I don't think it changed their view on where they have him ranked at. You know, if he was number two before he broke the record, now he broke the record. A majority of them, they still have him at number two because a lot of them, you know, biased. Maybe they still got Jordan as that number one guy or Kareem Abdul Jabbar, you know, and that's cool. But I think for most people, this record really means nothing to them in the sense of how they rank them. But I think if he wins another ring, he might be like officially the GOAT. You know, like when the next ESPN, you know, greatest of all time list come out, whatever have you. And just because ESPN does it, that doesn't mean it's official, set in stone. But I think they then may have LeBron James as number one, the GOAT, the greatest player of all time. And again, he definitely is showing why he should be the GOAT. So shout out to you, King James. Congratulations on becoming like the greatest scorer of all time. Even though people don't think he's a scorer, but he actually is. I mean, that just shows his game is more than just being a scorer. You're the number one scorer in NBA history, yet you are not even really perceived or looked at as being a scorer because you're so many other different things and you're great at every other thing. That boy bad. He cold, man. LeBron James is cold, man. He cold. You know? Again, congratulations. And you know, keep up the work. You know? So thank you guys for watching. It's just different with Ty. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. All right. So with that said, peace and love.